the name of Vusi. I have never heard that name as Vusi.
But except for that name, the rest of the names and surname are yours, is it correct?
Ngaphandle ke kwalo Vusi, igama elilandelayo lesibili nesibongo, igama lakho nesibongo sakho.
Isibongo esakithi igama lifana nelami leli lithi Vusi makuthiwa nje Vusi angeke kusaba yimi mawuthi Vusi noma ungasho amagama lafana nawami akusimi abakhona oVusi osithemba sibiya kodwa mawuthi Vusi awusakhulumi ngami.
Sibia is my surname. However, if you were to mention Vusi before my name and my surname, that would be a total different story. There are other Vusis around. So if you were to start with this Vusi and say something, mention another name, that would not be me. There are other Tembas, Sibia, which is not myself.
There's a signature there. What is your comment regarding that signature?
Signature ngeyami umuntu mayifika iphoyisa lithi angisayini ngiyasayina ukuthi ngisayina ini alingichazelanga ukuthi yini ngiyisayinelayo.
This is my signature, and when a police officer comes to me and says sign, I do sign, even though it was not explained to me why was I signing.
But the signature certifies that your rights have been explained to you.
Kodwa ke le signature le ichaza noma iqinisekisa ukuthi ke amalungelo wakho uchazele.
Cha, ayiqinisekisi lo.
No, it does not confirm that.
Was a copy of this document, Exhibit TT2, handed to you there at Tembisa South Police Station?
A copy lapha eTembisa South la lamalungelo?
Cha.
No.
You can see the serial number there is 1394878.
A serial number le bhaliwe la is R1394878.
Ngiyayibona.
I can see that.
Yes. Now, the AVL indicates that, as we've done already, put it to at 010933, the vehicle is up.
Njengoba bese ngichazile ukuthi AVL ke iyabonisa ukuthi ke ngo010933 seconds imoto ke iyastartwa futhi.
Lalela.
I'm listening.
Is that more or less the time at which you left the police station?
Mhlambe ngabe isona yini isikhathi lesi enasuku ngaso lapha police station?
Angazi ngishilo athi washakaze ngibe nalo.
I don't know. I did say that I did not have my watch.
And bengahambi ngefortuna.
And I was not driving in a Fortuna.
If we can get back to Exhibit NN, this is the occurrence book of Valeria Police Station. On Monday, the 1st of June 2020, it's serial number 2213/05. The time is 0145. It says investigation back. You'll recall that the previous entry was on 31 May 2020 at 11:30, investigation out. Now on 1 June 2020 at 01:45, it says investigation back, Sergeant Mohani from National Cold Case Investigating Unit, with one male, Muzi Stemba Sibia, the SAP 40 number 156/5/2020, and the SAP 14A, the Notice of Rights, R508-6208, that's Exhibit TT1, J50 warrant of arrest without injuries correctly received.
Lana ke i-entry ebhalwe ngomvulo kwakuyi-1 zakaJuni kunyaka 2020. I-open number yakhona ithi 2213. Isikhathi u-01:45. Ukuthi ke sebabuyile ukwenza ke uphenyo uSergeant Mogane. Wenza ke uphenyo wedocket yaseTembisa. Uthi ke ubuyile ke naye umlisa okumuzi Sithemba Sibiya. SAP 14 number yakhona u-1560520, and then wathi ubhala futhi SAP 14A, and then bese wathi ke serial number yakhona i-5086208. Uthi ke uyawabuya nalowo mlisa ingekho ke ukulimala engekho ke nokulimala wamkwela kahle.
Mina kodwa ngangilimele.
I was injured.
Lokho akubhalela ngokuthi akaze ngangalimele ubhala ite wrong.
What is entered here, or this entry wherein she says that I was not injured, it's wrong.
Yes. Then at 0150, serial number 6, said suspect charge Sergeant Mohani with 1 male for dealing in drugs, Muzi Stemba Sibiya. The SAP 14 number 156/5/2020, and it gives the SAP 14A number as well as the CAS number 2173/2019. Tembisa correctly charged.
Ngo 0150 ke ku serial number 6 lapho ke uSergeant Mogale khona esho khona ke ukuthi unomlisa ke okuyigama lakhe kuMuzi Sithemba Sibiya othweswe ke icala lokushushumbisa ngeyidakamizwa. iSAP 14 number yakhe i-15605/2020, kanti iSAP 14 yakhe ivela ngaphansi ku serial number R5086206. Uye wathweswa ke lelo cala lelo ngokufanele. ICAS number yakhona ithi 21703/2019.
Angibazi mabethi ngokufanele basho ukuthini ngoba mina namanje ngiyasho ukuthi akaze ngize ngitholakala into ezabayibalala.
I do not understand when they said that correctly charged, because I have indicated that they did not find me with these things that they are alleging or that they were charging me with.
If we just can go slightly back to Exhibit TT1, the notice of rights that we dealt with yesterday. You did admit that those are your details, your signature. Your version there is that the rights were not explained to you, is that correct?
Ku-TT1 uvumela ukuthi yebo le imininingwane yakho wavuma nokuthi le signature yakho, kodwa ke wathi wena uyanqaba ukuthi ke baye bakufundela amalungelo, wathi ke awufundelwanga amalungelo wakho.
Into engiyaziyo la isignature le eyami. Imininingwane le ebhaliwe la uthi ayibhalwa ubani angazi.
The only thing I know here in this document, it's my signature, and the information written or completed in this document, I do not know.
Akaze bese bengifundela amalungelo.
And my rights were never read to me.
And yesterday you said you were not given a copy of that Exhibit TT1.
And uthe izolo ke abazange bakunikeze icopy lalobufakazi lobu.
Abakazi baze banginikeze.
No, I was never given this copy.
We just wish to refer you to your evidence in the trial within the trial on the 7th of February 2024, page 47, during cross-examination by Dr. Sibanda. Says from line 1, I want to show you a document. Then your response, line 2, yes. Then Dr. Sibanda, do you recognize that document? Then accused 1, yes, I do recognize it. Then you say, I do not know the name of this document. Then Dr. Sibanda says, that is a notice of rights. Then Dr. Sibanda asks you, when were you given that document for the first time? And your response at line 11, I was given in Valeria. However, there is no one who had explained to me that what was written here, as I'm not conversant in English. And Dr. Sibanda, you said you were given this document in Valeria on the 31st. Accused, I would not be able to comment on the date, but I was given this document when I was booked from Soweto. Is that what, do you confirm that is what you said in your, during cross-examination in the trial within a trial?
Ngiyalinkathi ke ku trial within a trial lapho ke uDokotela Sibande bekubuza khona ke imibuzo ngokumhla ka7 kuFebruary kunyaka ka2024 lapho ekubuza khona ke ukuthi uyalazi ke le paper eliphambi kwakho wase wena uthi uyalazi kodwa awulazi ukuthi libizwa ukuthini uthi ke walinikezwa bayikunikeza na icopy yale paper eValeria then makuthi bakunikeza kunini wathi wena ke angisakhumbuli usuku kodwa ngiyakhumbula ukuthi ke banginikeza ngalesikhathi lesi bangibhuka ngiwa ke eDeep Kloof kodwa ke abazange bangifundele lona ukuthi ubhala ukuthini kulona
ngendlela mhlambe engangisho ngayo babekunikezela ukuthi ngisayine mhlambe iyona indlela engisho ngayo ngoba akaze ngize ngithathe kube ngelami kuthiwa nje sengingelami selikini.
My explanation in saying that yes they gave me this document, I was referring to them giving me this document for me to sign, but I'd never received this document to keep it as mine.
Yes, but the cross-examination was clear as to when were you given this document for the first time, and your answer, which is very clear, was that it was given to you in Valeria.
Umbuzo waqonda ngokuthi kokuqala kwakunini uma unikezwa ke leli phepha wathi wena ke wanikezwa leli phepha eValeria.
Ngiyavuma ukuthi okokuqala mabe nginikeza shuthi nganikezwe eValeria ukuthi ngisayine ngoba ngiyasho ukuthi vele ushuthi uqala kwami ukusayina ngiqale ngokusayinela leli yaseValeria. Ilona phepha lokuqala engalisayina babe nginikela ukuthi ngisayine.
I confirm that this document was given to me at Valeria at first for me to sign.
Yesterday, when we were going through Exhibit FF, the preamble to the confession before Lieutenant Colonel Mboto, we asked you if Lieutenant Colonel asked you about your level of education. You then said he did not ask you. If he asked you, you'd have told him that you went up to matric. Is that correct?
Uye wabuza ke umshushisi uma ngabe sikhuluma ngelofakazi lo exhibit FF lokho kuthiwa ke istatement ke owasibhalisa kuMbotho. Uthe umshushisi mayekubeka lo daba ukuthi ke wakubuza yini uMbotho ukuthi ugcine kabani esikolweni. Wena wathakazanga kubuza ngoba uma ngabe bekakubuzile bozomazisa ukuthi wena ugcine kamatikuletsheni.
Yebo akaze ngibuza.
No, he never asked me.
Yes, and you say you went up to matric.
When ugcine kamatikuletsheni esikolweni. Yes.
And we showed you that exhibit from NetBank, your bank statement and the opening documents, exhibit EE5, wherein you requested or indicated that the language of communication between you and the bank should be in English. Do you remember that?
Uyakhumbula ke ukuthi kwalethwa bekulethwe la istatement ke sase NetBank lapho bovula khona ke iaccount lapho oye wakhetha khona ke ukuthi ilimi elizosetshenziswa mawukhuluma nabantu basebank noma mawukhuluma nebank kuzoba isingisi kwakuyilimi olikhethile lelo uyayikhumbula leyo ndaba
mangwithdraw ngisebenzisa isilungu.
When I make a withdrawal I will do it in English.
Mangikhuluma nomuntu wasebheke sikhuluma isiZulu.
When I'll be consulting with a consultant in the bank will speak in Zulu.
So you say when you transact, you use English.
Mawukhipha ke imali usebenzisa isilungu.
Yeah,
Yes.
So you are conversant in English.
Manje ke uyasazi isingisi?
angisazi.
No, not very well.
Chazile ngathi isilungu ngiyasazi kodwa hayi ukuthi isilungu ngisazi kahle hle.
I did explain that I do know English. However, I clarified that I do not know English very well or that well.
Njengoba la ecourt kwathiwa yini engizoyikhuluma noma yiluphi ulimi engizounderstanda kangcono ngathi isiZulu. Walethwa ukuthi ngibe notolika ozothatha isiZulu asise esilungwini ethatha isilungu esise esiZulu.
Which is the reason why when I was asked here in court as to which language I preferred for the court proceedings, I indicated that I will be using isiZulu. Then that's when an interpreter was appointed to come and translate from Zulu to English.
Yes, but you can communicate in English. That is
Kodwa ke uyakwazi ukuthi ke ukhulume ngesingisi.
Kunezinto ezisimple ukudraw shuthi mawufaka ikhadi likhuluma isilungu lesi esisimple sokuthi uyadraw uyazi ukuthi mawuthi uyadraw wenzani mawucheck ibalance uyazi ukuthi wenzani isilungu sakhona ilesi esilungu engisikhonayo nami ukuthi ngisizwe.
The English that I'm saying I can speak is the English that is simple. From the ATM, making a withdrawal, you would know that you are making a withdrawal, and then checking your balance, you would know that you are checking your balance. That is simple English.
But given the fact that you went up to matric and you can transact in English, what you state here that I'm not conversant in English is not correct.
Manje ke mawukuthi ngenxa yokuthi wena kusho wena ukuthi ufike kamatikuletsheni kanti ke futhi uyakwazi ke nokukhipha imali ngesingisi. Lokho kubhaliwe lapho ukuthi wena awusazi isingisi akulona iqiniso.
Isingisi ngiyachaza futhi namanje isingisi ngiyasazi kodwa isingisi angisazi kahle.
I know English but I'm not well conversant in English.
Yes.
Nomuntu ofunde uStandard 1 uma umbuza ukuthi yini umama uzokutshela ukuthi umada kodwa akazi isilungu kodwa lelo gama lelo ukuthi uyini umama ngesilungu uyalazi.
For instance, from someone who did Standard 1, if you were to ask them what is a mother in Zulu, then they will tell you it's mother. But it's not that they know the English entirely.
Uyazi ukuthi yini umfana ngeke sathi lo muntu lo wazi isilungu uzokutshela ukuthi isilungu angisazi kahle kodwa akhona amagama esingisi engwaziyo njengoba nami ngisho isilungu angisazi ukuthi akhona amagama esingisi engwaziyo.
And if you also were to ask them as to what is a boy, they will tell you that they know the word boy, but that would not mean that they know English. Like as I've explained myself that I can speak English, but I do not know English entirely.
Yes, but you did. The court pointed out that you use the word traumatic ordeal. Is that correct in court?
Uyakhumbula ke ukuthi ngenkasi inkantolo iye yaphawula ngokuthi ke uyawasebenzisa ke eligama elithi ke uye washaqeka noma wahlukumezeka ngendlela eshaqekisayo wayibiza ngesingisi uyakhumbula?
Mina ngathi ngaba traumatized akaze ngize ngifake lelo lifaka egcineni angilazi ukuthi liyini lelo lifaka egcineni.
I only said that I was traumatized. I do not know the last word that you used. I do not even know what it means.
Ngoba ngisho ukuthi akhona amagama esingisi engwaziyo akhona engingawazi.
As I've indicated that there are English words or terms that I know and there are some that I do not know.
But just to finally try and clear up this point with you, what you state here that you are not conversant in English is not correct. Because you can converse, just a question of degree.
Uyakhona ukuthi uke usikhulume isingisi lapho ufikelela khona. Kodwa ke ukuthi awusizwa nhlobo noma usizwisisa inhlobo akulona iqiniso.
Mina yime ngithi mina isilungu ngiyasazi kancane angisazi isilungu kahle hle.
I'm the one saying that I know a bit of English. I do not know English entirely or
Anyway, continuing with the entries on the occurrence book, the SAP 10 on the 1st of June 2020, the Monday morning. We've already referred to that entry where you were charged at 01:50. The next entry, as far as you are concerned, it's Later that morning, on the 1st of June 2020, it's entry number 79 at 08:55. It says, suspect to court, Sergeant Mukhani with one male for possession of drugs, Muzi Temba Sibia. I'm sorry, it just says Moses Temba. And it says Tembisa South, CAS 217/3/2019. SAP 14156/5/2020, correctly received. Signature of Sergeant Mukhani. So you did go to court later that morning, later that Monday morning.
Manje ke njengoba umkhali sekabhalile lapha Mukhula abhalile lapha yana ukuthi ke wakucharge noma ke wakuthwesa ke icala khona lapha ke eTembisa South umshushisi ke uye wafikele egcineni wafika ugcine uyile enkantolo yobingelela manje ngomhla ka1 June kunyaka 2020.
Yebo ngayo.
Yes, I went.
Yes. And yesterday we went through exhibit 00 with the date of appearance of the 1st of June 2020. Charge sheet says Moses Temba Sibia. And the charges are dealing in drugs, alternatively possession of drugs, and the second count is possession of ammunition. And as we indicated yesterday, the charge sheet reflects that you were represented by Mr. Macheke.
Siyachaze ke ukuthi mawuthi wena uvelile ngomhla ka1 kuJune kunyaka ka2020 enkantolo la uyobingelela khona manje kuyavela ke i-charge sheet lapha umshushisi uyiphethe iyasho ukuthi ibhalwe ke emuzi Sithemba Sibia uthi wayetshelwa ke noma wachazelwa ukuthi ubhekene namacala ke okushushumbisa ngedakamizwa kanti ke nokutholakala ke enazo idakamizwa.
Angitshena obani?
Who explained that to me?
The charge sheet indicates that you appeared on the 1st of June 2020 and you are represented by Mr. Macheke, is that correct?
I-charge sheet yaveza lapha ukuthi ke wawuvela ngo1 mhla ka1 June ummeli wakho kwakumnumzane eMacheke kunjalo?
For
Yes.
On the charges that I've just read out.
Uvela ke ngesizathu sokuthi uthwesa lamacala lawo engicede ukwafunda manje.
Ayisho. Mina ngiyaxakeka ngoba la ngize ngecala lokufa kukaSenzo. Kodwa futhi licala laseTembisa leli icala engakhuluma ekatolo yaseTembisa. So angaze makuphinde eqala lona phansi njengamanje.
I don't know now. I'm confused because I'm here for the Senzo matter. And I think the Tembisa matter was dealt with in Tembisa court. So I do not know now that we're starting afresh with the Tembisa matter.
Yes. No, but remember, you are the one, when you testified in evidence in chief, you started by referring to the incident of March 2019, 19 March 2019.
Ngiyakhumbula ke ukuthi monikeza lethuba lokuthi uchaze ke waqala ngokuthi ke wena wakhuluma ngecala lenzeka mhla ka19 kuMarch kunyaka ka2019.
Ngakhuluma ngokuthi ngaboshwa amaphoyisa ayihamba ngependulo angithatha ngisa eHlonelkop afika ngishaya icala likaSenzo.
I was mentioning that matter because I said I was taken by police. Angizwanga ukuthi uthe amaphoyisa akuthatha.
Angithatha ngisa eHlonelkop afika ngishaya icala lokufa kukaSenzo.
I was taken to Klonerkop and then assaulted for the Senzo Meyiwa matter.
And the other reason why reference is made to this case in Tembisa, you were arrested on a warrant, Exhibit TT, for this first charge. And just finally, it's just to show the sequence of events after your arrest.
Sifuna nje ukubonisa noma ke ukulandisa ukuthi ke ukufikelela uboshwe khona iqale kanjani. Ukuthi ke kwaba nephepha nalo kulelo case lase Tembisa wakhishwela ke incwadi inkantolo ukuthi uboshwe.
Mina ngithola sengiphendula amacala aseTembisa namanje kodwa ngila ibhokisini ngecala lokufaka Senzo kodwa ngithuka sengiphendula ngamacala aseTembisa engawaphendulele eTembisa lawo macala lawo.
I find myself now answering to the Tembisa matters wherein is in this box to answer to the Senzo cases, where in actual fact that I dealt with the Tembisa matter in the Tembisa court.
Yes. Now, let's
Ngoba mhlawumbe umshushisi mayefuna ukuthola kwenzakalani eFoso eTembisa kalanda ama-task aseTembisa eyofunda ukuthi eTembisa kwenzakaleni.
And if maybe the prosecutor wants to know as to what happened in Tembisa, he should request for transcript in Tembisa and then go read through them, and then he'll know what happened in Tembisa.
Ngoba ikhato lengafunge kuyo ngikhuluma le nto le ngafunga ikhato laseFoso ukuthi aseTembisa ukuthi ngikhuluma le nto le ngoba ngikhuluma iqiniso kuyo. La ngifunga ukuthi ngikhuluma la ngoba ngizokhulumela lento lezinto lengibekwa zona ngokufa kukaSenzo kule court.
Because in Tembisa, I was under oath and dealt with the matter that was heard in Tembisa, and told the court there in Tembisa that I was only telling them of what I was charged with in Tembisa. Now I'm here in this box to answer to the charges of Senzo.
Ngithola sekumele ngiphendule ngamacala amathathu ngesikhathi esiyi-1.
Now I'm made to report, or to answer rather, to 3 cases at once.
Yes, what we want to find out from you, Mr. Sibia, is were your rights explained when you appeared before the magistrate on the 1st of June 2020?
Udaba esifuna ke ukulithola lana ukuthi ke umhla ka-1 kuJune kunyaka 2020 wachazelwa yini amalungelo akho?
Angwazi amalungelo ami engachazelwa na ayikho amalungelo angachazelwa wona awekho amalungelo engiwaziyo.
No, I know nothing of any rights that was explained to me. There were no rights that were explained to me.
But if one looks at Exhibit 00, your right to legal representation was, according to the charge sheet, was explained.
Once again, this witness is saying he is here to answer about the allegations that were prepared by the very same state in relation to the death of Senzo. Now he finds himself having to answer about allegations that have got nothing to do with this case, but which have got everything to do with what happened at Tembisa court. He says if the state is interested in that, let him get transcript of what happened at Tembisa, and then he'll get all that information.
Yes, Mr. Baloyi.
My lord.
What's your response?
So basically he says what had happened at Tembisa is irrelevant insofar as this case is concerned.
My lord, no one else except the accused himself when he was giving evidence in chief. He says from the moment of his arrest on the 30th of May 2020 up until he made the pointings out, no rights were explained to him, and it is in this context, my lord, that we're taking him through the charge sheet to indicate that these rights were explained to him.
But that is unfair. Those confessions were insofar as the death of Senzo is concerned. They had nothing to do with the cases that he had to go and appeared for at Tembisa. So let the state not conflate these two issues.
Well, as we indicated, my lord, it's not about the merits or demerits of the Tembisa case. It's about the issue whether the right to legal representation was explained. And in fact, during the trial, within the trial, Mr. Mngomezulu, his then legal representative, canvassed his appearance or canvassed the proceedings in Tembisa on the 1st of June. We see this on page 41 of the proceedings of 5 February 2024 at line 24, Mr. Mngomezulu. All right, let us get into...
Objection. Whether rights, insofar as the Tembisa cases were explained or not, that's got nothing to do with whether rights in this case were explained. Assume this witness says, no, they were not explained. What effect that will have in this case? Let us say that this witness says, yes, those rights were explained. What effects will that answer have in this case? It's what happened that case, my lord. It's totally. I mean, at Tembisa, it's totally irrelevant with what this inquiry with the inquiry insofar as this case is concerned, and with what ultimately this court has got to determine in this case. I request, my lord, that we confine issues insofar as the death of Senzo Meyiwa is concerned. If somebody is interested in knowing what happened at Tembisa, whether rights or not rights were explained, there's a transcript at Tembisa there.
But Mr. Baloyi says this very irrelevancy was broached by Mr. Mngomezulu, and he wants to alert the court to that, and you stop him from speaking. Let him speak, let's hear him, because that's what he says.
But my lord, as I'm saying, whether Mr. Mngomezulu brought that or not, it's about relevance. And it is this court that, and due respect, madam, I'm going to request this court to at least try to direct these proceedings here. Because
Mr. Baloyi is responding to what the legal representatives, I don't know, the legal representatives of Mr. Sibia said. And he said it was in this trial. So let him tell us what he wants to say. Thank you. Good. Yeah, you say his proposition was that.
Sorry, can you just repeat your answer? Were any rights explained to you during your appearance in Tembisa Court on the 1st of June?
We are waiting for the reference that was made by Mr. Mngomezulu in this court. That's what we want to hear.
All right. That was on the 5th of June, 2024, page 41, at line 23, Mr. Mngomezulu. All right, let us get into 1 June. What happened on 1 June? Do you remember? Did you appear in court? Then page 42, line 1, accused 1, yes, I went to court, my lord. Mr. Mngomezulu, which court was that? Then accused Tembisa Court, my lord. Then Mr. Mngomezulu, so when you appeared, did you appear before a magistrate in court? Accused, yes, I did, my lord. And so on the proceedings go on the 5th of February 2024.
Hey, I'm not so sure if the state is concerned, but I hear he's saying now then the proceedings goes to the 5th of February 2020. We're still waiting for that portion where Mr. Mngomezulu extracts from this witness whether or not his rights were explained at Tembisa. Because he says the question of rights that he wants to hammer on now insofar as this Senzo Meyiwa case is concerned were firstly extracted by Mr. Mngomezulu from Tembisa. That's where he finds the relevance of his answer from.
Yes, Mr.
I mean the relevance of his question from.
Well, just to go back a little bit, we were canvassing Exhibit 00, which are the proceedings at the Tembisa Court with the first appearance on the 1st of June 2020. And we wanted to know if there was an explanation of any of his rights. And the accused then said the Tembisa proceedings have got nothing to do with the main charges that he's facing. We then referred to the record where we said that the issue was canvassed by the defense themselves. So we are now back at the stage where we say, my lord, that the defense having themselves canvassed the issue, we referring the accused to the proceedings of the 1st of June 2020, just to find out if any of his rights were explained. That is all, my lord.
But my lord, the state is misleading the court. The state says the reason why we're asking this witness whether his rights or not were explained, it is because that explanation was extracted by Mr. Mngomezulu through asking this witness whether or not his right was explained. And he was trying to refer to a transcript from what happened at Tembisa, where he will basically, in fact, he was reading from an extract from the transcript where Mr. Mngomezulu was asking that question.
Okay, yeah, fine, I hear you. Yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
But this trial did go on, according to what, as I'm listening, and you say he was represented.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, fine.
Indeed, my lord, and we did not intend to go into any greater detail except what is written in the record of the Tembisa proceedings themselves, Exhibit 00. That is all, my lord. And we don't really want to prolong this debate. Advocate Mnisi says we ask this context in light of what we said, that Mr. Mngomezulu touched on the issue of explanation of rights. That is not what we said. What we said is that the defense themselves canvass those proceedings and not the issue of legal representation. That's
Yeah, okay, let's make progress, please. Yeah.
okay.
That matter can be argued, you can argue it either way.
Yes. So, court, please.
As I was listening, there's an attorney called Mr. Macheke. Apparently, he appeared until the matter was finished. There's a possibility that he was doing this matter without having explained to his client that he's got the right to keep quiet and not answer whatever. You can come with 120 suppositions, but the point is, this matter was finalized in a South African court of law.
Okay. Thank you. And as mentioned, my lord, we really don't intend to spend much time on the issue. The charge sheet is there. It speaks for itself. The only issue that we wanted to canvass was whether there was an explanation of rights. That's all that we wanted to canvass.
Awusike mshushisi njengoba ke umnumzana Mnisi beseka asukumile athi ke unenkingi ekutheni ke ulibele udingida udaba njengoba nawe sokuchazela ukuthi wena uze lapha phambi kwenkundla ke uzophendulela ke ecaleni la kaSenzo. Uthi ke na umnumzana Baloyi bekangazimiselanga ukungenelela kulolu daba losethembisa ngoba yebo laqulwa laqedwa khona le ethembisa. Into bekafuna ke ukuyazi kuwena ukuthi ke wafundelwa yini amalungelo akho.
This question is irrelevant, and I'll say it for a simple reason. As the court alluded to just now, the witness says in Tembisa on the 1st, I was represented by Mr. Macheke. If somebody is represented by an attorney in court, no rights are explained by the court to the witness because he's represented. So this question is misleading to this witness.
Right. Yes.
Well, I don't know if Mr. Ramsepele has looked at the proceedings, because if he did, then he would see that indeed the accused, even if he was represented, but there was an explanation of his right to legal representation. It stands in the charge sheet. But my lord, as I say, these are
What are we
really,
arguing about? I thought we all read the charge sheet.
yes,
Hello?
yes.
Is that the charge sheet which was written and there were submissions that by the very gentleman? If it's written in hand, we don't know what is written there. I want it to be typed.
Yes,
You remember when Mr. Sibia said that? When it was being read,
yes,
that he can identify into abantu ngesandla.
yes.
I want it to be typed. Then it will be official according to Mr. Sibia.
Yes, but
You can't was that.
yes, and
Fine.
well, the charge sheet was handed up in terms of section 235. It speaks for itself. We're really not going to spend
Yeah, but you guys are free to argue it
much.
at the end of the
Yes,
matter. That charge sheet is a nullity.
yes,
The rights, because according to Mr. Sibia, they were not explained, they are also a nullity or whatever. He's free to argue that.
as a court places. Now, back on exhibit NN, it indicates that at 12:45 on the 1st of June 2020, entry 81, it says arrest Sergeant Mohane with one male suspect for the following possession of firearm and drugs. Muzi Stemba, says Tembisa South, case 217/3/2019, SAP 14/1/6/2020, SAPS 14A 1394878. This is the 1394878 is exhibit TT2 that we've just referred to, and says SAPS 216 correctly received. So here you are now back from court, from the Tembisa court on the 1st of June.
So buyele ke mhla ka June ke ngeyi1 zaka June ecourt nge12:45 bathi ke njengoba ubhekene necala lokutholakala ke unesibhamu kanti ke futhi nezidakamizwa uthi ke yena umu Sergeant Mohula uyena ke okwamukele uyasho ukuthi ke umuntu lo wakhuluma ngaye ke umuzi Sithemba Sibi.
Namanje ngisasha akaze ngize ngitholakale nesibhamu, akaze ngitholakale nezinhlamvu, akaze ngitholakale nama drugs.
I still maintain that I was never found in possession of a firearm, I was never found in possession of drugs, and I was never found in possession of ammunition.
And akaze ngize ngikhulume, akaze ngikhulunywe lesibhamu eTembisa.
And there was no time in Tembisa when we discussed or when we tried for a firearm.
Yes. But of relevance here it says correctly received.
Okubalulekile ka ukuthi wamukeleka ngendlela ke efanele.
Kuphi?
Where?
At Villeria Police
Eveleria Police Station. Wabuya ecourt mhla ka1 kuJune. Bese ke nalezi zinto lezi sizifundile ukuthi ngo12:45 ngalamacala wawuthweswa wona, and then ke uthi ke wamukeleka kahle futhi ngendlela efanele mase ubuya lapha eVilleria Police Station.
Lalela noma ngaqonda ukuthi kwahle okanjani.
I don't know if you're saying how to define this correctly, but I'm listening.
Right, then there's a further entry on Tuesday, the 2nd of June 2020, entry 143 at 11:05. It says investigation out. Sergeant Mokhani from National Special Investigating Unit took one suspect out for investigation. It says Moses Sibiya, CAS 217/3/2019, SAP 14/01/06/2020, SAP 14AR 1394878, that's the Tembisa explanation of rights. Tembisa Police Station, Tembisa South Police Station, says correctly received. There's a signature of Sergeant Mokhani.
Can I borrow the entry? I don't have the entry. Entry is 143.
Yes.
Lana ke uyibhalile nge-2 zaka June kunyaka ka 2020 nakhona kungolesibili e-station sase Villeria i-entry number yakhona no-serial number khona 143 ngo-11:05 uyasho ke uConstable Mokhani ukuthi ke uyamthatha ke umsolo oyedwa okumuzi Sibiya, case number 21703 2019, SAP 140106 2020. Then uyasho ke ukuthi SAP 14 number khona ile malungelo lawo bizo ukuthi R1394878 uyayibhala le serial number le ukuthi umnikezile amalungelo nokuthi ke na uthole angalimalanga wamamukela ngendlela efanele, wamthatha ngendlela efanele.
Ngiyaphinda ngiyasho futhi akaze kube nesikhathi abangitshena kuso amalungelo ami and mina bengilimele.
I was never told at any time of my rights and I was injured.
Then on the same day, entry 143/175 at 22:10 says suspect Beck, Sergeant Mkhola from Netcom, cold case investigation, Moses Temba Sibiya, CAS 217/3/2019, SAP 14/1/6/2020, SAP 14A R5086208, free from injuries, correctly received.
Lapho ke nakho kungolosibili kaJune ku-2020 ngolesibili i-serial number 143175 isikhathi 22:10 uyasho ke ukuthi uSergeant Mkhola sekabuyile ubuye ke eNetcom mayelana nophenyo lwalelicala uhamba naye ke nomolethena ke umuzi Tembisa Sibiya ngecase number 21703 2019 yaseTembisa, kanti ke namalungelo wakhe amalungelo i-serial number yalawo malungelo R5086208 uthi ke bekangalimalanga kanti ke ufuthi wamukele ngendlela ke efanele.
Namanje ngisasho phambi kwale katolo shuthi babebhala into abayithandayo bona ukuyibhala. Mina namanje nakho amamaki asabonakala emva kwale 6 years ebangibopha ngayo babengishaya ngayo ukulimala ngangilimele.
Like I said that they were writing what they liked to write or what they loved to write, because I did say that in these 6 years I still have marks to show that I was injured on the day in question.
And as we had
Akaze bengichazela amalungelo.
They never explained my rights.
and the entries after this entry, which shows that there were cell visits every hour on the hour from 2300 hours 0000, and the entry is that the cell were visited by 2 officers and there were no complaints.
Bayachaza ke ukuthi njengoba seke kwavela la ndaba ukuthi ke bekunamaphoyisa ezayo abekwe ngamabili ukuthi ke beze lapha emaselini bazokroba khona uthi ke baza ngo-23:00 bafika lapha kuzange kube khona okukhona ndokukhona.
Ngiyayiphinda ngiyayisho lento le mina iphoyisa elifike kimi kayi1 ngakhononda kulo ngalitshela ukuthi nginenkinga esongishaya amaphoyisa lahamba la ubheka amabhuku alo lapha labuya la ngitshela ukuthi lamaphoyisa angaphezulu kwawo.
I indicated that there was one police officer who came to my cell, and then I informed him that I was assaulted by police officers. He went to his books and then he came back and told me that the police officers are of a higher rank than him.
Right. Now we'll proceed to the important entry on the 5th of June 2020. The entry serial number is 326/345 at 0801. It reads, investigation out, Sergeant Mukhani with 1 male for dealing in drugs. Muzi Temba Sibia, SAP 14/1/1, SAP 14/1/6/2020, SAP 14A R5086208, CAS 217/3/2019, no injuries correctly received, with the signature of Sergeant Mukhani.
Sergeant Mukhani ke naye wabhala phansi ke ukuthi yamthatha ke umsolwa u3 345 isikhathi ke u0801 uyachaza ke ukuthi wathatha ke umlisa usolwa ngokuthi ke noma ke uthweswa icala lokuthi ke ushushumbisa ngedakamizwa okuyigama lakhe kuumuzi Tembisa Sibia wafunda ke SAP 14/01/06/2020 SAP 14 okwamalungelo wakhe wafunda ke yona le serial number le R5086208 ukuthi alimalanga kanti ke futhi umthathe assessment esifanele noma esikahle.
Ngiyaphinda amagama ami umuzi Sithemba ayithemba Sibia, and akaze bengifundela amalungelo ami akaze ngize bengithathe ngikahle ngiphelele ngoba ngisho namanje ukuthi nawo mama akhona ngangilimele nasemzimbeni ngangilimele ngaphakathi.
I repeat that my names are Muzi Sithemba, not Temba, Sithemba Sibia, and I was never asked if I was injured. I was never explained my rights, and I was never taken in a good condition or in a correct condition because I still have my marks on my wrist showing that I was injured, and I informed them that I was injured.
And the background to your being booked out on the 5th of June 2020 is set out in the proceedings of 28 November 2023, page 25, at line 18. The state asked Brigadier Gininda, thank you, and proceed about the events of the 4th of June 2020 at Villera Police Cells. At line 20, Brigadier Gininda, yes, my lord, after getting the confirmation that he still wants to proceed freely and voluntarily, I then made a few calls until I got to Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe, who was prepared to assist with the pointing out. My lord, Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe said that he can assist the following day, which is the 5th of June 2020.
Brigadier Gininda uthi lana ebufakazini obabuthula mhla ka-28 kuNovember kunyaka 2023 uthi mhla ka-30 May Nkosi enkantolo no line number 20 ke lapho uBrigadier Gininda khona athi yebo Nkosi enkantolo emveni kokuthi ngithole ke umbiko ukuthi usazimisele ukuthi aqhubeke ngokuthanda kwakhe futhi angekho ngaphansi kwengcindezi ngashaya ke ucingo ngaze ngafinyelela kuye ke uLieutenant Colonel Hadebe owasho ukuthi ke uzimisele ukuthi ke asize ngokuyokhomba manje ke washo ke ukuthi uColonel Hadebe uzokwazi ukuthi asize ngelanga elilandelayo okwakuzoba yi5 zaka June kunyaka ka2020
namanje ngisasha ayikho into engangiyenza ngokuthanda kwami yonke into engangiyenza noma yonke into eyenzakalayo ngangiphoqelelwa amaphoyisa kukho konke okwenzakalayo kimi.
I did say that there is nothing that I did voluntarily out of my own volition, but everything that I did on the day in question, I was forced by the police.
And furthermore, on the 28th of November 2023, page 24, line 21, Brigadier Gininda testified as follows. Then, my lord, on the 4th of June 2020, I approached the accused 1 in Valeria SAPS, warned him again according to his constitutional right, and established if he was still willing to do the formal pointing out of the crime scene. The answer was yes, and he also indicated that accused 1 should be detained at Alberton SAPS, where he will then make arrangements to book him out and carry on with the formal pointing out. I'm sorry, I just skip one page. I'll start again at page 24 of the proceedings of 28 November 2023, line 21, Brigadier Gininda. Then, my lord, on the 4th of June 2020, I approached accused 1 in Valeria SAPS, warned him again according to his constitutional right, and established if he was still willing to do the formal pointing out of the crime scene. The answer was yes, and he also indicated that he did not need an attorney as well. Then line 6, Brigadier Gininda, yes, my lord, he indicated that he is prepared to make the formal pointing out. The court will remember that I did mention that part, and when he was talking to the confessions and the pointing out, my lord. Then the state asked him, just for record purposes, just identify that occasion when he indicated that he's prepared to make pointings out. Then Brigadier Gininda, it was on the 30th of May, my lord, 2020, when I met him at the Phosphorus police station in the parking lot, when I interviewed him in relation to his involvement or alleged involvement in the killing of Senzo Meyiwa. Then the state said you can then proceed to the events of 4 June 2020 at Valeria police station. He then says, my lord, after getting the confirmation that he still wants to proceed freely and voluntarily, I then made a few calls until I got to Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe, who was prepared to assist with the pointing out, my lord. Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe said he can assist the following day, which is the 5th of June 2020, and he requested that accused 1 should be detained at Alberton SAPS, where he will then make arrangements to book him out and carry on with the formal pointing out. And he says Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe was not privy to these investigations. He was never part of it before, and I've never worked with him. My lord, I simply provided him with the case number and also made necessary arrangements for the photographer to be present on the day of the pointings out, and furthermore that Sergeant Mukhane will be the one engaging him insofar as the movement of the accused to Alberton Police Station, and I communicated such to both of them, my lord. And he says, no, to move the accused, in other words, from Valeria SAPS to Alberton SAPS. Then from Alberton SAPS, the colonel then will be in charge of the pointing out. Then he says, my lord, then on the 5th, do you know, 5th of June 2020, that such pointing out were done, concluded. And I was informed by Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe that indeed they finalized the pointings out. And he says he later also received the exhibit, this exhibit GG, the notes of the pointing out of the scene.
Ubufakazi baka Brigadier Gininda ovele mhla ka 28 kuNovember kunyaka ka 2023 lapho ke umnumzana Gininda asho khona ukuthi yebo Nkosi yenkantolo mhla ka 4 kuJune kunyaka ka 2020 ngaya kuyena ke umsolo oqala owayesendaweni yesiphoyiseni noma ke station samaphoyisa esendaweni yase eValeria. Uthi ngakhulumisana naye ngamchazela ke amalungelo wakhe, ngambuza futhi ke ukuthi usase unayo inhloso noma ke usathanda yini ukuthi angakwazi ukuthi ke ayokhomba indawo yesehlakalo. Impendulo yakhe wangiphendula wathi yebo njengoba sengishilo. Uthi ke wachaza futhi ke umangalo lokuqala ukuthi ke akadingi imeli uma ngabe kuzokwenzeka lokho. Mr Gininda futhi uyaphinde yaqhubela la ukuthi yebo Nkosi yenkantolo washo ukuthi yena uzimisele ke ukuyokhomba lapho kwenzakala khona ke isehlakalo, njengoba bengishilo ukuthi ke uye washo ngalesikhathi lesa ukuthi emayenza ke iconfession yakhe ukuthi ke uzimisele ukuyenza ke uyokhomba nalapho kwenzakalele khona isehlakalo. Uthi ke Mr Baloyi washo ukuthi siyacela ke ukuthi kucoshwe la kube ubufakazi obucoshiwe lapha phambi kwenkantolo ukuthi kwakuyinini lokho umsola oqala avuma khona ukuthi uzimisele ukuyenza ukuyokhomba isehlakalo sendawo. Uthi ke uGininda mayiphendula ukuthi kwakumhla ka 30 kuMeyi kunyaka ka 2020 eFosloras Police Station eparking lot lapho yena akhulumisana khona nayo umsolwa wokuqala amtshela noma ke amazisa mayelana nokuthi ke kuyabandakanyeka ke kubulaweni kwaSenzo Meyiwa. Umnumzana Baloyi uthi siyabonga ke ungaqhubeka uthi lokho kwenzeke mhla ka 4 kuJune 2020 eValeria. Can you please pause, Miss Interpreter?
Saqala la uGininda akazange efike ngisevelalia.
Firstly, Gininda never came to me when I was in Valeria.
Akaze ekhulume kimi ngokukhomba nama akaze ngikhulume kuye ngokukhomba.
He never spoke anything to me with regards to a pointing out, and I never said anything to him with regards to the pointing out.
Akaze ngenze iconfession, akaze ngize ngithi ngizokhomba.
I never made a confession and I never said I was going to make a pointing out.
Ngoba ngazi lutho ngokufa kaSenzo, angazi la kwafela khona uSenzo.
Because I know nothing about Senzo's death and I do not know where he died.
Akazi ube khona isikhathi uGininda ngifundela ngasamalungelo ami.
And there was no time where in Gininda read out my rights to me. Ngaqhubeka. Uthi ke emveni kokuthi ke sekathule impendulo yakho yokuthi yebo uzimisele ukuthi ke ungaqhubeka ngokuthanda kwakho futhi ke ungakho ngaphansi kwencindezi. Uthi ke washaya ke ucingo waze wafikelela lapho ke etholana khona no Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe owayezimisele ke ukuthi angakwazi ukuthi asize mayelana nokuthi kuyokhonjwa indawo yesehlakalo. Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe washo kuye ke ukuthi angakwazi ukuthi asize ngelandela kwakuzoba umhla ka 5 kuJune kunyaka ka 2020. Uthi ke wachaza ukuthi kuzofanele ukuthi umsolo athathwe ayogcinwa ke esipolice estation samaphoyisa endaweni yaseAlberton lapho kuzofanele ukuthi kwenzelele khona ke amalungiselelo ukuthi ke azolandwa khona lapho bese ke ayokhomba ke indawo yesehlakalo. Lieutenant Colonel Hadebe wake washo futhi ke bekangazi lutho mayelana nophenyo olenziwayo kuleli cala leli, kanti ke futhi angikaze ngasebenza naye ngaphambili. Engakwenza nje mina ukuthi ke ngamnikeza i case number kanti futhi ngamazisa nokuthi-ke ngizokwenza uhlelo lokuthi-ke umhane kube uyena owazi ukuthi-ke umsola uhanjiswa nini kuphi ngasiphi isikhathi, kanti-ke futhi ngachaza nokuthi-ke ngizokwenza-ke uhlelo oluzowenza ukuthi kube umuntu ozothwebula-ke iy'thombe abe khona lapho. Ngakho-ke kuye kwachubekeka kwahanjwa kwayoyenziwa-ke kukhonjwa kwendawo yesigameko lapho-ke uColonel Khatebe washo ukuthi-ke uColonel Khatebe washo ukuthi-ke uzochubekela phambili ngaloko. Maqeda nami wangithumela-ke noma wanginikeza-ke umbiko oshoyo ukuthi-ke sebaqedile ngendaba yokukhomba lapho kwenzakale khona-ke isehlakalo.
namanje ngisasho ukuthi ayikho indawo engayikhombayo mina ukuthi ngithi ngiyokhombisa bona yibo ababethi angikhombe la ngikhombe la ababesho khona.
I still insist and maintain that there was no place wherein I pointed out to them. They are the ones that was telling me to where I should point out. That I should point here and there and there.
And uHatebe wayazi ngophenyo lwenzakalayo.
And Khatebe knew about the investigation or the ongoing investigation.
So please, my Lord, I've received a request that we've received a request, my Lord, that we should call it a day at this point. We don't have a problem with it.
First time is it?
I think it's about 3:15.
We agreed.
It's 16 minutes past 3.
16 minutes past 3. Okay, let's adjourn then until tomorrow.